back to back. I started this in Periscope, but I don't know that it was actually working. Maybe it was. But my good friend Gustavo said he couldn't see anything, so we shall try it here instead. Let's take that a little bit further up here. Okay, so we are working on a Golden Age sketch of Starman, waiting in the sky. Starman from DC. And this is one of the sketches that you can get if you back SKRAWL at either the Sketchapalooza reward level or at the just the basic sketch reward here, in which you get at the basic level you get one sketch from one of the 6 scrollers that's sort of chosen at random, or if you go for the Sketchapalooza tier, then you get 6 sketches, 1 from each of the scrollers. So you've probably seen, if you've been following, Martin Simpson or Socks, that's Mark Hughes, Nick Prolix, or Gustavo Vargas, or Pete Taylor, or myself. Over the last couple of weeks, you'll probably see us doing these A5 sketches. So that's what that's for. That's doing them for the for SKRAWL, which is the magazine that we're putting out under the SKRAWL Lords, which is over on Kickstarter. Kickstarter, ain't it? Or in it, anyway. Kickstarter at the moment. So thank you. I mean, we've been really blown away actually by the amount of people who've gotten behind that magazine. It's just super fantastic and crazy all at the same time. So thank you all for that. So anyway, those are the SKRAWL Lords, the 6 of those people that I've just mentioned. Boy, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to buy. No, I'm not going to buy. I'm going to hire a cameraman just to follow me around and film stuff, because that would be so much easier than holding it and inking at the same time. But I'm doing the one thing I'm not doing the one thing I thought I would do, which is just watch the screen instead of actually looking at the paper. I haven't done that yet. That could be disastrous. What was I doing over here? Oh yeah, let's go. Bink. Let's move the camera, Joey. Let's do that. Bink. All right, there we go. I do like Starman. He's got one of those wonderfully earnest faces that Golden Age and Silver Age superheroes had. Like, just unimpeachable character written all over their faces, right? Like, these guys have never even thought about picking up a penny off of the pavement for fear of robbing some child of their precious candy money. Love that stuff. All right, so just a recap for those who are joining us. I'm doing Sketch Starman here using a Pintail pocket brush pen. I normally use a Winsor Newton Series 7 with a bottle of ink, but for the sake of this, I thought it would be easier to use a brush pen. And it's on sea grain paper, so it's got that lovely, lovely teethy texture, which gives really nice dry brush. I like that stuff. All right, now let's draw this very unfortunately shaped wand of power that the Starman had. I don't always approve of all the costume updates that occur over time, but I will say that the staff that they gave the new Starman back in the 90s was a massive improvement. Although, I mean, there is a little bit of like the Doctor Who sonic screwdriver about this, so that is kind of cool. Let's see. Let's try not to get in the way of that little lightning bolt there. And let's just go pedal the metal and just get this bit nice and dark. A little bit of that nice dry brush, just to emphasize the idea of like reflected light from wherever it is that Starman is zooming around to or from, as is his wont to do. Been on a bit of a Brubeck kick the last couple of days. I think it's been so hot here in Portsmouth, on the south coast of England, that you need a little like cool jazz to make you feel like you're a few degrees lower than you actually are. Well, I don't know about you, but it has been hot. And these old Victorian terraced houses, they do not have air conditioning, and they retain heat what else? What retains heat? Like a hot stone, like a hot sauna stone from a sauna. That's what they do, which is great in winter because it means your heating bills aren't too bad because everybody's heating each other's houses. But come summertime, boy, they just store heat. If you could slap a pizza on the side of my house, you'd probably be able to cook it in a day. Doesn't sound impressive, but when you think about you wouldn't be able to cook a pizza at any time for any length of time, be able to do it in a day, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, considering you didn't, buy a pizza oven or anything. Just cooked a pizza on the side of your house. I mean, that's an advertising slogan right there. Feel free to have that $1 billion idea and run with it. I ain't got the time. I'm too busy on Starman. But could be lucrative. Could be a worthwhile place to sink your capital into. I know that everybody right now is so flush with capital. They're just looking for these new ideas. You could figure out how to make baking a pizza on the side of your house into an app. I tell you, that would be it. You would have it. You'd be sorted. You'd be laughing, mate. Right. Have we come to the end of the brushy bits? Not quite. Let's do this bit in brush. And then we'll move to the pen. This is more of a less organic shape. I should probably be using a pen, but I don't, to be quite frank, don't really know how I'm going to cap the pen one-handed. Let's try it, shall we? Well, we're going to have to, right? I don't want to leave this untapped or uncapped. It might not be so bad. Let's see here. Oh yeah, gravity. Let gravity do the work, right? Right? What are we doing? Working smart. That's it. Work smart, not hard. Something like that. All right, so because this is all lit up, let's use a pen so we get a thinner line. I tell you what, for this bit here, we could even go thinner. I tell you what, right? That's a good phrase. I tell you what. All right. Well, that was tricky. Normally, I would just pull my arm down, but I can't really do that one-handed. So instead, just had to move the old wrist. Wasn't sure that was going to turn out, but all right, okay. So let's add a few details here with this smaller one that we've got it. Well, that Brubeck Quartet, right? They know how to swing. Bum, bum, bum. Time Out, that is a great track. I used to work in a bookstore back in the early naughties. I think this song played about once every hour. I still managed to appreciate it, but boy, you could hum it in your sleep. The worst was I worked for a company that sold novelty items. When I first started university, and we had these company, um, what you call them, obligatory Muzak CDs that we had to play. Oh, those were awful. There was one in particular that we had to play for Halloween, and in retail sense, Halloween begins about late August, so you're having to listen to these god awful songs for months on repeat. People I worked with are like, oh, I just tune it out. I don't even hear it. I don't know how they do that. I think if there's a song playing and I have no control over it, it could even be a song that I like, but the fact that it's not of my choosing, drives me up the wall. I'm a terrible passenger in the car. I hate not having control of the radio. I don't know what that says about me. Probably says a lot, but there it is. It's the truth. This is quite tough actually, doing these little straight lines one-handed, but we'll manage. It's a sketch, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. The idea is to get the gesture, the energy. Yeah, something like that. Okay, let's get this bit here. The star emblem on his chest. I love these old logos. The simpler the better, right? Just a few more details here and there. I think that's probably good. And then we'll just fill in the rest of this negative space here. And I think we will be about done, ladies and gentlemen. So anyway, yeah, SKRAWL is over on Kickstarter at the moment. You can find it at bit.ly/SKRAWLMAG, bit.ly SKRAWL Mag. And for a mere £5, £5 English, you can get the digital edition of the magazine, which features artists such as the Scrawlers, which I mentioned earlier, and folks like the great Mark Stafford, the historically brilliant Phil Elliott, the rising star of Rosie Packwood, the brilliant brain of Matt Simmons. God, he's got a brilliant brain. And Jessica Lucas is doing a piece on Sappho, which is really cool. We've got John Reppion, the great John Reppion, and the absolutely just blazingly brilliant Lucy Solomon working together, doing something. And we are just a couple £100, really less than 200 quid shy now of adding Simone De Armini from the Spider King into the roster. I mean, that's going to be so cool if we can get there. I think we will. So yeah, £5 for the digital edition, 12 for the physical, which is going to be a big, nice, chunky US size magazine. It's going to be quite a bit bigger than a US comic, like a Marvel or a DC comic, which is really cool. Really excited about that. And then there's a sketch too, which gets you one sketch. That's £25. Or at £90, I think there's 2 left. You can get 6 sketches from the Scrawls. That one's been really popular. So that's been good to see. But anyway, I think, ladies and gents, that is about all. Oh no, let's make sure this is really bright. Let's add these shadows here coming off of his fingers onto the other fingers, just so we know that his star staff is just humming with power as he zips and zaps to and fro. Okay, there we go. I will let the ink dry, and then I will erase the pencil lines, and then I'll post the finished thing up on Instagram and on Twitter, and probably on Facebook as well, so you can see the finished thing. I might add some of these gray tone pro markers. These, I love these. I did quite a few of the Ditch Angel illustrations using them. Thanks, Van V. So there's comments. I should be reading the comments. Are there comments? It's Pete. Thanks, Pete. Anyway, so I'll probably post the finished version of this up on socials in a little bit. But for now, enjoy your sandwich and your apple. I hope it's a pink lady. They're the nicest of apples, and don't let anybody tell any different. And I will see you all on the flow. Look at that. Oh, hi everybody. Hi, Chanel. Hi, Sock. Thanks, guys. Anyway, that's it for now. But again, please, if you haven't already, please go back, scroll. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your neighbors, tell your enemies that it will burn you inside if they purchase 50 copies of the magazine. Tell them that it will just be the ruin of you. Anything you got to do. That's all right, Sock. Okay, so for now, that's me and Starman waiting in the skies. And I will see you all later. Adios.